This what's going on in Cleveland? Kevin, you think we all are stupid? You don't think we know football? We clearly know what you did. We clearly know that the plays that you gave for Dylan Gabriel, throwing the check down underneath to make him look good.
And it's just beyond obvious at this point, you guys. Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns think they can not only pull one over on the fans, but on the actual Browns players as well, by sticking with Dylan Gabriel. Now, this is coming off of a game where he threw 2 interceptions and actually got called for a safety in the end zone. He obviously can't accurately throw the ball downfield with any type of accuracy, so they got the actual tight end coming out of the backfield throwing flat routes. And this man actually said that they need to look at everything. The team needs to look at everything going forward when you get beat this badly, but also in the same breath said that obviously ups and downs come with playing with a young quarterback. You got Myles Garrett throwing his helmet in frustration on the sideline. And clearly he's not just throwing his helmet for no reason. Now, people can say that he took the millions of dollars on the contract versus winning. And I couldn't even argue with that because he knew what the Browns were. I mean, they were a dumpster fire even with Deshaun Watson. He's been there for years. He elected to take the money. But take a listen to Kevin Stefanski and how he covered up for his favorite quarterback.
Look at everything we're doing because the results have to be better, obviously. When I say look at everything, there's just when you lose like this, you have to look at everything, every position, everything I'm doing. There's just it's frustrating for where we are as a team. So every position you have to look at. But let me say that with a young quarterback, you understand that there's going to be ups and downs. Yes, it does. But I just want to make the point that we just have to be better. Are we doing enough with the quarterback position? Do we need to do a better job? And I think I know the answer is yes.
I mean, clearly you need to look at everything, including the quarterback position. And before I let you hear the clapback that RG3 had for Coach Stefanski, we got to really understand what they're trying to do here. I'm trying to figure out, are they trying to get a high draft pick next year? Of course they are. Are they trying to bring back Deshaun Watson? Clearly you're not looking for a quarterback for the future. Dylan Gabriel, I have nothing against the young man, but he is extremely undersized for a quarterback. He cannot accurately throw the ball downfield. And Shedeur, he at least deserves a chance. This is understanding like you're not giving him an actual opportunity to even get reps with the first team, to get any type of familiarity. Is this a disdain and a distaste that you guys have for Deion Sanders? It's something like that going on. It has to be an unknown factor going on because you can't tell me that Shedeur Sanders is not a better quarterback than Dylan Gabriel. There's no way you can tell me that and I will believe that. There's no way. RG3 said some very interesting things about Coach Stefanski and stuff that I think really is true.
Oh, Cleveland Browns fans, let's go ahead and cut right to the chase. Kevin Stefanski is never going to give Shedeur Sanders an opportunity. He's not. And I think I understand the assignment now. You look at this game, and Kevin Stefanski is almost like the captain on the ship of the Titanic. He's going down with the ship. His way, nobody else's way. Myles Garrett just set a franchise record with 5 sacks in a game, and they lost 32-13 because Kevin Stefanski is not what's doing in the best interest of the team. Now, why do I say that? Dylan Gabriel, I got nothing against the young man. I think he's a phenomenal college quarterback who has an opportunity to be a contributor in the NFL. But when your coach comes out and doesn't hold the starting quarterback accountable for not playing well, regardless of whether he is a young quarterback or not, doesn't watch the film and immediately comes out in the press conference and says, I'm going to stick with Dylan Gabriel after the bye week, knowing that Myles Garrett isn't throwing his helmet on the sideline because he was upset that he didn't get more sacks. Myles Garrett was upset that his 5 sacks didn't matter. That is a massive problem in the locker room. And when you look at a guy like Shedeur Sanders, every chance Kevin Stefanski has gotten to put him down, to not put him in a position to be successful, he's done it. Kevin Stefanski owes it to the locker room to give Shedeur Sanders an opportunity to compete, have a pathway to the field, no different than any other player. But what Kevin Stefanski is telling all of us straight to our faces is that Dillon Gabriel is his guy, and he will never start Shedeur Sanders unless Dillon Gabriel can't play. He might even play Bailey Zappi before he plays Shedeur Sanders. He might go ask the Baltimore Ravens to trade back for Snoop Huntley before he plays Shedeur Sanders. He might even go ask the Bengals to trade Joe Flacco back so he can be the starter before he plays Shedeur Sanders. He might even go to the Raiders and get Kenny Pickett back before he plays Shedeur Sanders. The only way this Cleveland Browns team gets better this season or into next year is if Kevin Stefanski is not there.
And here's the thing. I wholeheartedly agree with RG3, but I want you to think about something. If Stefanski was to put in Shedeur and they strung together, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 wins straight, and Shedeur looks amazing, do you know who's going to look bad in the process? Yeah, you guessed it, Coach Stefanski. Because why haven't you done it all along? He showed flashes of some greatness in the preseason. And for we not to see not one wink of this man in the regular season, and you to go with a journeyman in Joe Flacco over Shedeur and Gabriel, I would think that if you already had Flacco, you would be looking to try to move for a quarterback of the future. But you didn't do that. You ended up trading him at Game 5, and here we are in Week 8, and it looks like you guys not only are going to miss the playoffs, you guys are not even competitive. So I just want everybody to think about if he puts Shedeur in and then they string together 4 or 5 wins, he's going to look terrible. His job is going to be on the line because either ownership is involved in this. If the ownership is involved in this, then his job is going to be safe. But if the ownership is not involved in this and he puts Shedeur in and he looks and the Browns look great, they're going to want to get him out of there for his job. They're going to want to fire this man. He knows it. So that's why he's going down with the ship. He is not going to allow Dillon Gabriel to be moved, which is absolutely insane. Undersized quarterbacks typically don't make it in the NFL, and not including Drew Brees. I mean, he was a phenomenal quarterback. And, that's pretty much the outlier. Drew Brees, and I guess you could say Russell Wilson, not at this stage in his career, but when he was with the Legion of Boom in Seattle. Clearly, he had a good thing going on, but that defense was moving around on a swivel. And then Sean Payton, Drew Brees' head coach, he was responsible for Bounty Gate. So he had them guys on defense running around with their head on a swivel, not only to get a win, but to actually get prize money for injuring other teams' best players. Stefanski doesn't have that. You have Myles Garrett playing at an all-time high level with 5 sacks in a ball game. My God.